It's a time for wisdom, reflection, and, most importantly, for peace. But what happens when that peace is disturbed, not by strangers, but from within our own families? The relationships we have with our adult children are some of the most precious connections in our lives. We've nurtured them, guided them, and loved them unconditionally. However, as dynamics shift and our children build their own lives, communication can sometimes become strained, leading to words that, whether intended or not, can cut deeper than any knife. Today, we're going to delve into a sensitive but crucial topic: the 8 phrases adult children might say that can signal a need for new boundaries. This isn't about placing blame. It's about understanding, empowerment, and protecting your own well-being. It's about ensuring that your golden years are truly golden, filled with the dignity, respect, and joy you so richly deserve. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's embark on this journey of wisdom together. This is a vital conversation for your senior health tips and for nurturing your life health after 62nd. Part 1. The debt of a lifetime. You owe me. Let's begin with a phrase that can feel like a punch to the gut. You owe me. It might not always be spoken so bluntly. It can be veiled in suggestions like, well, after all the trouble I was, you could at least help me with this down payment, or I wouldn't be in this situation if you had done things differently, so you owe me your time now. This sentiment, however it's phrased, transforms the sacred bond of parent and child into a transactional relationship. It reframes decades of love, sacrifice, and care into a debt that must be repaid. Think back to the sleepless nights, the fevers you soothed, the scraped knees you bandaged. Think of the school projects you helped with, the sports games you cheered at, the graduations you celebrated with tears of pride. These were not entries in a ledger. They were acts of unconditional love. The core of parenthood is giving without expectation of return. To have that love thrown back at you as an obligation is deeply invalidating. It ignores the fundamental truth that the gift of life and a loving upbringing is not alone. When we hear this, our first instinct might be guilt or a sense of failure. We might ask ourselves, did I not do enough? Did I make them feel entitled? But it's crucial to pause and separate their perception from your reality. This statement is often not about you at all. It's about their own struggles, their own feelings of lack, or perhaps a learned behavior of manipulation. A healthy parent-child relationship is built on mutual respect and gratitude. Love from a child should stem from appreciation, not from a sense of entitlement. So, how do we respond? Not with anger, but with gentle, firm clarity. You can say something like, I love you, and everything I've done for you has been out of love, not obligation. My role as a parent was to raise you to be an independent adult, and I'm proud of the person you've become. Let's not talk about love and family as if it's a business transaction. This response doesn't create conflict. It reestablishes a boundary. It reminds them, and you, that your relationship is based on love, not debt. This is a cornerstone of elderly wisdom, knowing your worth and the immeasurable value of the love you've given. It's a key part of our senior wise journey. Part 2. The dismissal of a generation. You're old, you wouldn't understand. This next phrase is a subtle form of ageism, and it's particularly painful because it comes from our own children. You're old, you wouldn't understand. It's often used to shut down a conversation about modern challenges, technology, career paths, social issues, or parenting styles. It dismisses a lifetime of experience with a wave of the hand, implying that your wisdom has an expiration date. It suggests that the world has changed so much that your entire frame of reference is obsolete. Let's be clear, the world has changed, but human nature has not. Heartbreak feels the same in any decade. The anxiety of providing for a family is a timeless struggle. The joy of watching a child take their first step is universal. Your life is a library of experiences. You've navigated economic recessions, political turmoil, technological revolutions, and personal crises. You've seen trends come and go. That doesn't make you irrelevant. It makes you a primary source of wisdom. To be told you wouldn't understand is to have your entire life's library locked and labeled archived. This phrase can make us feel like relics, disconnected from the very world we helped build and the people we love most. It creates a chasm between generations, where there should be a bridge. The irony is that often, the very problems our children face are echoes of challenges we once conquered. We might not know the specific app they're using, but we understand the feeling of social pressure. We might not know the jargon of their industry, but we understand workplace politics and the burn of ambition. To counter this, we must assert the value of our experience without being dismissive in return. A calm, confident response can work wonders. Try something like, "You're right, I haven't walked in your exact shoes, and I'm always willing to learn about your world. But the feelings you're describing, stress, confusion, hope, those are things I know very well. Perhaps my perspective could still be helpful." This validates their point while gently reminding them that wisdom is timeless. It opens the door for a real conversation rather than allowing it to be slammed shut. This is a vital senior health tip for your emotional well-being and a key lesson in life health after 60-second. Part 3. The threat of abandonment. If you don't help, I'll do it without you. On the surface, "If you don't help me, I'll just manage without you," can sound like a declaration of independence. We raised our children to be self-sufficient after all. However, context and tone are everything. When this is said during a disagreement, particularly when you've expressed a boundary or an inability to meet a demand, it's often not about independence. It's an ultimatum. It's a veiled threat of emotional withdrawal. The unspoken message is, your support is conditional. If you don't give me what I want, I will remove my presence from your life. This is a powerful form of emotional manipulation. It plays on a parent's deepest fear, the fear of being cut off from their child and grandchildren. It forces you into an impossible choice. Either abandon your own needs, principles, or limitations, or risk losing the relationship you cherish most. True love, the love you modeled for them, is never a threat. A relationship built on fear is not a relationship. It's a hostage situation. When faced with this, it's easy to capitulate. The thought of a silent phone or an empty holiday table is terrifying. But giving in teaches a dangerous lesson that threats work. It sets a precedent for future manipulation. Protecting your peace requires courage. It requires you to call the bluff, not with aggression, but with love and a clear boundary. A possible response could be, "It makes me sad to hear you say that. My love for you isn't based on whether or not I can do this specific thing for you. I hope you know that our relationship is more important than any disagreement. I have to stand by my decision on this matter, but that doesn't change how much I love you and want to be in your life." This response does several things. It expresses your own hurt. It reaffirms your unconditional love, and it holds your boundary firm. It puts the onus back on them to decide if they are willing to damage a relationship over a single issue. This is advanced elderly wisdom, a difficult but necessary step on our senior-wise journey. Part 4. The weight of blame. I am this way because of you. This is one of the heaviest burdens a child can place on a parent. I am this way because of you. This phrase makes you the architect of their flaws, the source of their unhappiness, the scapegoat for every poor decision or unfortunate circumstance in their adult life. It is a profound refusal to accept personal responsibility. While our parenting certainly shapes our children, they are not puppets. As adults, they are the sum of their own choices, reactions, and efforts. No parent is perfect. We all look back and see mistakes we made, things we could have done better. We carry our own parental guilt. This phrase weaponizes that guilt. It takes our private regrets and turns them into a public accusation. It can paralyze us, making us feel responsible for fixing their adult problems, a task that is both impossible and inappropriate. You cannot live their life for them. You cannot make their choices for them. When your adult child continuously blames you for their station in life, they are trapping themselves in a cycle of victimhood, and they are trying to trap you in it with them. To break free, you must gently hand that responsibility back to them. This is not about denying your past imperfections, it's about acknowledging their present agency. A response requires a delicate balance of validation and boundary setting. You could say, "I hear that you feel I had a significant impact on your life, and I'm truly sorry for any ways my past actions hurt you. I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. As an adult, I have faith in your power to create the life you want for yourself now. Your future is in your hands, and I will always be here to support you, but I cannot carry the responsibility for your choices." This acknowledges their feelings without accepting perpetual blame. It's a powerful senior health tip for your mental load and a crucial aspect of managing life health after 62nd. Part 5. The ultimate rejection: you never really loved me. There are few words more devastating to a parent than, "You never really loved me." This statement is a form of emotional warfare. It's a cruel and profound negation of your entire life's work as a parent. It erases every sacrifice, every worry, every act of love, and replaces it with a narrative of neglect and malice. It's often used as a trump card in an argument, a way to inflict maximum pain and win the fight by completely invalidating the other person. When you hear these words, your world can stop. You might flash back through a montage of their life, teaching them to ride a bike, comforting them after a nightmare, paying for college, beaming with pride at their wedding. How could they possibly believe you didn't love them? The truth is, they probably don't. In that moment of anger or manipulation, this phrase is not a reflection of their true, deep-seated belief. It is a weapon chosen for its effectiveness. It's designed to disarm you, to make you question your own history and your very identity as a loving parent. Reacting with defensive anger, "How dare you say that after everything I've done?" is understandable, but it often escalates the conflict. They expect that reaction. Instead, try to respond from a place of centered strength and sadness. You are not debating a fact. You are addressing an emotional attack. A powerful, boundary-setting response is to refuse to accept the premise. You can say, quietly and firmly, "I will not allow you to rewrite our history. I know how much I love you, and I have loved you every single day of your life. It hurts me deeply that you would say something so untrue and cruel to win an argument. We can talk about what you're angry about, but I will not engage with this kind of emotional attack." This response doesn't get drawn into the fight. It labels the behavior for what it is, an attack, and sets a clear boundary that you will not tolerate it. This act of self-preservation is a vital piece of elderly wisdom on the senior wise journey. Part 6. The invalidation of emotion. You're being so dramatic. "Oh, stop it. You're being so dramatic." This phrase, often delivered with an eye roll or a condescending sigh, is a powerful tool of dismissal. It's a way of saying, your feelings are an overreaction. They are not valid, and therefore, I don't have to take them seriously. It's a tactic used to silence you when you express a legitimate emotion: hurt, concern, fear, or frustration. By labeling your feelings as drama, your child effectively shuts down communication and avoids taking responsibility for their part in causing those feelings. This is particularly insidious because, as we get older, society can sometimes unfairly label seniors as being overly emotional or set in their ways. When our own child uses this trope against us, it reinforces a negative stereotype and can make us question our own emotional responses. You might start to think, am I overreacting? Am I just being a difficult old person? This self-doubt is precisely the goal of the phrase. It's a form of gaslighting, making you question your own perception of reality. Your feelings are valid. Your perspective, forged from decades of life, is important. Your concern for your child's well-being is not drama, it's love. Your hurt when your boundaries are crossed is not an overreaction. It's a natural human response. To have your emotional reality denied is profoundly isolating. The best way to counter this is to calmly refuse the label. Don't argue about whether or not you're being dramatic. Instead, bring the focus back to the core issue. You could say, "It's not about being dramatic. I am telling you that my feelings were hurt when you did X. I would like to talk about that, not about how you think I'm expressing myself." Or, "My concern comes from a place of love, not drama. I need you to hear what I'm saying." This recenters the conversation on the substance of your feelings, not the style of your delivery. This is a crucial senior health tip for maintaining your emotional integrity and a key part of navigating life health after 60-second with confidence. Part 7. The rejection of wisdom. I didn't ask for your opinion. This phrase is a verbal door slammed in your face. I didn't ask for your opinion. It's sharp, dismissive, and communicates a profound lack of respect for your life experience. It implies that your input is not only unwanted, but also worthless. As parents, we often see potential pitfalls that our children, in their haste or inexperience, might miss. Our advice, our opinion, is offered not to control, but to protect. It's a gift, drawn from the well of our own trials and errors. To have that gift rejected so contemptuously is deeply wounding. This statement creates a clear and painful hierarchy. The child is the expert on their own life, and the parent is an ignorant bystander. It denies the possibility of collaborative wisdom, the idea that two generations can learn from each other. While it is true that adult children must make their own decisions and their own mistakes, a healthy relationship allows for the respectful exchange of ideas. They don't have to take your advice, but a baseline of respect dictates that they should be able to hear it without scorn. When faced with this shutdown, our instinct might be to retreat and vow never to offer advice again. This, however, creates a sterile and distant relationship. The goal isn't to stop caring, it's to reframe how you offer your wisdom. Sometimes, this phrase is a defensive reaction from a child who feels insecure or controlled. A calm, non-confrontational response can de-escalate the situation. You might say, "You're right, you didn't ask. I apologize if it felt like I was telling you what to do. I was just sharing what I learned when I was in a similar situation. It's your life to live, and I trust you to make the right choice for you." This response is disarming. It acknowledges their autonomy, apologizes for the perception of overstepping, not for the wisdom itself, and reaffirms your trust in them. It leaves the door open for future conversations, on their terms, and is a hallmark of elderly wisdom, knowing when to speak, how to speak, and when to let go. Part 8. The reverse accusation. You're the one who needs help, not me. This final phrase is perhaps the most cunning form of deflection. You're the one who needs help, not me. This is a classic gaslighting technique. It occurs when you try to address a genuine concern about your child's behavior, perhaps their drinking, their financial irresponsibility, or how they treat their partner, and they flip the script entirely. Suddenly, your concern is twisted into evidence of your own mental instability, your own meddling, your own problem. You came to them with a loving, albeit difficult, observation, and you leave questioning your own sanity. This tactic is designed to make you the problem. It allows the child to completely evade accountability. By painting you as controlling, senile, or hysterical, they don't have to look at their own troubling behavior. It's a smokescreen. They create so much chaos and drama around your supposed issues that the original, valid concern gets lost in the fog. It can be incredibly effective, causing you to back down, apologize, and doubt your own judgment. It is crucial in these moments to anchor yourself in reality. Before the conversation, you knew your concern was valid. Hold on to that. Their deflection is not proof of your instability. It is proof that you hit a nerve. They are lashing out because they feel exposed. Do not get drawn into defending your own sanity. That is their trap. The moment you start saying, "I'm not crazy," you have already lost. Instead, hold your ground calmly and firmly. A powerful response is to refuse to take the bait. You can say, "We are not here to talk about me. I am talking about my concern for you because I love you." I am not going to be sidetracked by personal attacks. My concern remains, state the concern again, simply. If they persist, end the conversation. It seems you're not in a place to talk about this right now. I'm going to step away, but my love and my concern for you stand. This protects your mental health, a top priority for all of us on this senior-wise journey. It's the ultimate senior health tip. Refuse to let anyone make you question your own reality. Navigating these challenging conversations is one of the most difficult parts of our journey through life after 60. Hearing these phrases can stir up feelings of guilt, failure, and deep sadness. But remember, the wisdom you've gathered over a lifetime has prepared you for this. Your journey is now about curating peace, protecting your heart, and demanding the respect you deserve. It's not about winning battles. It's about establishing healthy boundaries that allow for love to flourish, free from manipulation and blame. Your well-being matters. Your feelings are valid. Your wisdom is priceless. This is your time to thrive. By recognizing these patterns and responding with calm, loving firmness, you are not pushing your children away. You are teaching them how to have a healthier, more respectful relationship with you. You are modeling self-respect. Thank you for joining us on Senior Wise Journey today. If this conversation resonated with you, please consider liking this video, sharing it with a friend who might benefit from this message, and subscribing to our channel for more discussions on living your best life, full of wisdom and joy. We are all on this path together.